followed by Tony Roten, who plays for the 76ers. So yeah, he is the best shooting guard in the East, and there's an argument to be made that he's the best shooting guard in the NBA. Will he win that argument? It's tough to say. James Harden's offense is hard to bet against, but when it comes to I put him at number 2 right now. I think Klay Thompson has played well, but I think Jimmy Butler has played better. He's rebounding the ball better, he's passing the ball better, he's scoring the ball more. I got to go with Butler, and I've got to say that he's definitely one of the best shooting guards in the NBA, so it's a fact for me. Next up, Anthony Davis will edge out LeBron James for MVP. Coming to this year, it looked like a sure thing for LeBron, but not so much anymore. CB, fact or fiction?
Fact, I'm taking Anthony Davis here. He's played absolutely fantastic for the Pelicans this year. I think if the Pelicans make the playoffs this year, he's an absolute lock to win it. LeBron's playing on a team that's having some real issues this year. He's not having quite the season that we've come to expect from LeBron, especially with the last couple of seasons in Miami. Anthony Davis is doing it all. He's playing great defense. He's playing great offense. He's scoring the ball, rebounding, and getting a lot of block shots. So I think he's going to win MVP. Plus, the writers always love to give it to new people. I think for sure that Anthony Davis is going to win the MVP this year.
You know what? I'm going to go fiction here. I'm going to go with LeBron James. I'm going to stick with him. Preseason pick. I don't like to change my picks too early on in the year. Look, the guy's still averaging 25 points a game, just under 7.5 assists, and just under 6 rebounds a game. Those are still phenomenal numbers, and I don't think they've hit their stride yet. I think LeBron James got off to a shaky start, but I think he's going to have to do what he did with Miami at certain points, and that's just take over. That's telling his team, put the ball in my hands. Let me make this team better. Let me win this game for us. And I think he'll do it after a while. It's tough to call, though. I think Anthony Davis, there's a very strong argument for him being MVP this year. You just look at the numbers. It's not only his offense, it's his defense, it's his ability to pass the ball at some points as well, his ability to shoot the ball, scoring just under 25 points a game. He's averaging 3 blocks and is also second in steals. Player efficiency rating of 33.35. Right now, if you wanted to ask me MVP, it's without a doubt Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is playing out of his mind. This is some of the best basketball I've seen in a while, and one of the most dominant performances by a big man. Crazy to think that, like 7 years ago, was a point guard for his high school team at 6'1", and now one of the most dominant point guards, or not dominant centers, or power forwards, however you want to characterize him. Not to mention that his his high school team was one of the worst in Chicago. So that's a pretty impressive turnaround. Well, next up, we have the Milwaukee Bucks playing in a lackluster Eastern Conference. Will they make the playoffs, CB?
I think they will. You look at the teams behind them right now, and they have Miami, Brooklyn, Indiana, Orlando, Boston, New York, Charlotte, Detroit, Philadelphia. Now, of those teams, I think Miami is the only one that's legitimately a lot better than them. I think Luol Deng, Chris Bosh, and Dwayne Wade, I think they'll probably move a little higher in the playoff picture. I don't think Brooklyn's really that good of a team. I think Lionel Hollins will have them playing well. I can see them edging ahead of Milwaukee. But Indiana, Orlando, Boston, New York, I don't see any of those teams really doing much this year. And Charlotte, who I thought was going to be a lot better, has really struggled this year, and they're already ways behind Milwaukee, sitting 5.5 games behind them. So I think that's going to be tough for Charlotte to rebound from. They just don't look good right now at all. They definitely have more talent than Milwaukee, but I don't see them really coming together quite easily this year. So I think that they are probably the 8th best team in the East. Now, making the playoffs in the lackluster East isn't really that much of isn't really saying that much, but I think that they will end up getting a 7 or 8 seed in the East this year.
Okay, well, on to the last one. I'm going to say fact. To be honest, I'll just go really quickly through here. It's a poor Eastern Conference. It's not that hard, and they have a legitimate bench. I think they're one of the best benches in the NBA, especially statistically. So, yeah, I've got to say fact. On to the last one. I'll start here. Kobe Bryant will lead the league in scoring. Fact for me. I don't think there's actually a way in which he doesn't, because of the fact that the Lakers just can't handle telling Kobe Bryant that he has to pass the ball Not to mention, this team has played really badly. It's not like him shooting the ball is going to make them that much worse. I think he could very well shoot the ball around 40 times each game, and the Lakers wouldn't care. He could take every shot, and I don't think anybody would come up to him and mention it at all. It's funny how Byron Scott tells everybody don't take threes, but when Kobe Bryant takes threes, it's all right. So I'm going to go fact here, but Harden breathing down his neck. CB, what do you say about this?
I'm going to say fiction. I think it's going to be Kevin Durant. I think it's going to come a point where they're struggling a little bit, and they're going to need him to take over to even make the playoffs. And I think he's going to go on an incredible stretch that we're going to be in the basement of. I think he's going to go on a crazy scoring streak where he goes 35-plus for 10 games or so. I think he's going to take the scoring title, granted that he's able to get enough games in to qualify as a scoring champion.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that goes. So we'll move on now to the power rankings. CB, get us started.
All right, right now I have Golden State at 1, Portland 2, Memphis 3, Houston 4, so the top 4 Western Conference teams. And Toronto has earned the 5th spot with the way they've been playing so far. Now, granted, I don't know if how many of those teams I would actually put in how I think they're going to do this year, but so far on how they're playing, I would say Golden State 1, Portland 2, Memphis 3, Houston 4, and Toronto 5.
Yeah, I agree with you with number 1, 4, and 5. I've got 2 and 3 flip-flopped. But once again, 4 Western Conference teams at the top. I think that'll change once the Bulls start to play better together. But 4 right now, it's just not looking good for the Eastern Conference. I think they'll get better as time goes on. Now on to our final section of the night, and it's a new section. It's Picks of the Week. We have 3 games each week, and we will pick them based on confidence. 3 points for the game you have the most confidence in, 2 for the second most, 1 for the third most, and we will keep track of that as the season progresses. So, starting with the Bulls and the Warriors this weekend, this Saturday, a big game. CB, who you got in this one?
I got the Bulls, and I'm going to put them at the least confidence. This is going to be a tough game. I'm only taking the Bulls because they're at home. They're going to have some time off after they played a lot of games in a row. I think Tom Thibodeau with some practice time is really going to do wonders for this Bulls team. So I'm going to take them, but I'm going to put them at my least confidence.
Okay. I'm going to go with the Bulls as well. They right now are going at my second to least confidence. I think that there is one game.
So is that also your second confidence there then?
Yeah. That is also my second confidence. It's second to least and second.
2 for 1. Wow.
2 for the price of 1. I think that's an exceptional pick. Yeah, no, I've got to go with the Bulls. I think they have a great chance of winning, especially at home. I think Golden State's one of their first really, truly difficult games. I think that'll push them. On to the next one. Pelicans and the Clippers. CB, who
Probably
comes out?
An unpopular pick here, but I'm going to go with the Pelicans. I'm going to put them on my second confidence, or as Noah likes to say, second to least confidence. I like the way they've been playing. They have a lot of talent there. Drew Holiday, Anthony Davis, Homer Ashik, Ryan Anderson. There's really a lot there. I really like that team. Haven't been quite as impressed with the Clippers as I would like to be. So I'm going to take the Pelicans with my second confidence.
Okay, I'm going to go with the Clippers here. I like the Clippers to pick up a win this week. It's not going to be anything special. It's going to be a hard-fought game, but I have them as my lowest confidence. Like you said, I think the Pelicans pose a real threat, and it could be very difficult for them to find a win, especially going up against Anthony Davis. So Anthony Davis, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, those 3 matching up, that will be the storyline for this game. Moving on to the last and final game, we have the Raptors visiting the Cleveland Cavaliers. CB, it's a battle of the best team in the East against a team that many thought would be the best team in the East. Who wins this game?
I'm going to take the Raptors, even without DeMar DeRozan. I'm going to make them my most confident pick here. I really like the way this team's been playing. Kyle Lowry's been great. I'm just not sold on the Cavs yet. They've been too inconsistent for me. the Raptors have been putting out a pretty constant effort every night, and that's why I'm going to take them and put them with my most confidence.
Yeah, for me, I'm going with the Raptors as well. I'm putting my most confident pick as well. I think it's a really tough week to really just say who is the number one in this confidence. But I got to go with the Raptors. I think the other two games are just so close in terms of the talent level. I think the Raptors, they figured it out already. On the other hand, you have a team like Cleveland who's still figuring it out. So I think that's the big difference here. So those are our picks. We will see how those goes. We'll see who has the most points at the end of this week and see who has the most points at the end of the year. And it's also the end of our show. So let's have a couple of last words. And CB, we will start with you.
I'm just looking forward to catching up with some of the NBA, and I've been missing a bunch of games because trying to get ready for basketball, but now that I can't play, so I'm going to have some more time to check out some more games. I've only really been watching a couple games a week, and now that I have some more downtime, I'm going to check out some of the national TV matchups, so I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting time, of course. You got the Bulls and Warriors this weekend. You got the Bulls getting into full swing a bit. The NBA season now truly underway. For me, just looking forward, first of all, to the Ohio State-Wisconsin Big Ten title game this weekend, but also to watching Ohio State basketball, who put up a pretty good fight against Louisville. So I was excited about that, especially with freshman phenom D'Angelo Russell leading the way. And I'm excited to see how the rest of this NBA season goes. That's about it for me. It's been a pretty good show. I think we got a lot covered, all the way from top 5 teams to Golden State. We even talked about the Sixers, not something we're probably going to do very often. So it was a pretty well-rounded show. We hope everybody out there enjoyed the show. I know I have. So for CB Garrett, I'm Noah Taborda. Have a great rest of your Thursday.
Courage. Expectation. Tradition. To understand the best, we have to look closer. What's revealed is that sport can guarantee success, but success never comes without them. When is victory decided? The perfect moment? The right time? These are not things you wait for. These are things you create through focus and discipline, moves and might. Because tomorrow can easily become next year. And because the touch of gold plating beats the search for a silver lining.